Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we have here a 2016 Mazda 3 Sport hatchback, and we have a code P0327, which is a low circuit knock sensor vibration detected code. We're going to be replacing the knock sensor on this vehicle. I did notice that the motor mounts need to be replaced all around, so that could be causing the code for the vibration. Where we're just gonna try to cancel it out and replace all those things. With that being said, we're also gonna replace the spark plugs and the air filter because they need some maintenance done on this vehicle. It is at 120,000 miles, and it should have been the second time that the spark plug should have been replaced. So tune in, guys. We'll be showing you how we do that and get this done. All right, so for this one, we're gonna start with the spark plugs. This one's pretty simple. Spark plugs are pretty simple to replace. Straightforward. This one requires an 8mm, either socket or wrench. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these up. Okay. Loosen them up. Man, be careful with the area you got to work in. There's a couple hoses and wires that you can, either tear, and a lot of plastic. Okay, so for instance, I'm gonna take these out. Oh, see, so there you go. And yeah, these spark plugs are donezo, right? Look at this shit. All right, and these are not original, so it's good they've replaced them once. Let's go ahead and take out the rest. All right, cool. They look good though. There's no oil. They smell really good. They smell real clean. Not too bad. So when putting them in, honestly, just like dropping them in, make sure you drop them in the right way. All right, and then what you want to do is, taking out the napkin from in there, and you want to hand tighten them first. Now, spark plugs don't need to be tightened too much. There's this washer here, right? And all you got to do is compress that about 10 to 14 foot-pounds. And you don't want to twist too hard because it's porcelain and it'll actually snap and break in half if you tighten it too hard, or over tighten it, better said. So that's hand tightened. There's no way you can cross thread these. I think the ones you can cross thread easily are on like some older Chevy blocks where they go in at an angle instead of going in straight. Oh, and then yeah, when doing spark plugs, you want to use these sockets that have the lock on them, because sometimes these extensions that have the lock on them, because sometimes the socket will get stuck in there, and you need something to pull it out with some force, like this one. Cool. All right, everything's in there, everything's nice and tight. Put the ignition coils back in there. And that's how you replace spark plugs. This is pretty easy, 4-cylinder vehicle, so not too shabby. We're gonna move on to the next part. So tune in. All right, next we're gonna be replacing the air filter, which is pretty simple, straightforward, nothing crazy. Okay, so this one has 4 clips, 1, 2, actually it only has 2 clips. 1, 2, should be able to kind of push this up, fit your hand in here and kind of wiggle this thing out here. As you can tell, pretty dirty compared to the new one, right? So yeah, you can buy aftermarket one of these, like performance ones, which are you can clean them and you don't have to replace them. That's always nice. So we're gonna put that face down. All right, and that's how you replace the air intake filter. All right, now we're moving on to the knock sensor, right? This knock sensor is actually located in a really tough spot. It's hard to reach without taking the intake manifold off. So yeah, you're gonna have to take this intake manifold off, kind of get these this harness out the way. And it's honestly, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. It looks like it's either 10mm bolts. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll show you how to get that done. Kind of hard to see where it is, but it's right here. And it looks like it's a 10mm bolt. So cool. Tying that bad boy back up. And that was everything we had to do to replace this knock sensor. So I'm gonna be putting back the intake manifold off camera. All right, so now we have the motor mount that we're gonna be replacing. This one right here on the passenger side. Now, it sometimes comes as a complete unit, but this is one of two pieces. So we're gonna be taking it apart, disassembling those two pieces, and I'll be showing you how to do that. Now for this one, it's a 17mm socket down here, and then you have to take these off. And most importantly, you want to sustain the engine up, okay? And the way I'm doing that is by having a jack stand underneath the engine, right where the oil pan is, preferably with a piece of wood in between. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, and after, so it looks like it's 3 bolts and 3 nuts. This is, yeah, see, so it'll just pull up. I just wiggled it out of there. So this is it. Let's take a look. We have cracks, oh, and you can move it with your hand, which you shouldn't be able to. Right? Like there should be like no flex. Now imagine under load and the weight of the engine, right? Oh yeah, it makes noise. So this one's pretty easy. We'll just have to unfold these using the pry bar. Oh, it's cracked underneath too. And I think these are filled with hydraulic fluid. Some are, some aren't. Oh yeah, this one is. So this is what it looks like, right? Bracket. Hey, and this is what this looks like, the new one when you put it in. Right, so here's what you want to do when you put this back together. This goes like this, and then this goes like this. So, right, you put this in like this, up until it goes all the way in like that. Then using a hammer and a punch, you're gonna hammer this in so it wraps around this bracket here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that off camera, and I'll be back to show you guys what it should look like when you're done. Okay. All right now, so we have the new motor mount installed here, and I want to show you guys the big difference. Earlier I showed you how much this would move. Okay, so like this is what it should look like when you. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, right? So the big difference here is now when I try to give it some force to move it around, it's kind of hard, right? It doesn't move. I'm giving a lot of tug, and so compared to earlier, big difference. Gonna be a big difference in the way it feels. So yeah, let's get this installed. There it is. And give it some bolts. Draw long bolts. So we're going to long bolts. Okay. I can myself by starting impact wrench to tighten down. Alright, and also we have all this. I can find DC first. Bring it up. Push it where it's supposed to be. And you can do that. I can not do that. DC first. There we go. Maybe I can just press this on the phone. There we go. Alright. And go ahead. And those. Okay. Alright. Cool. And now we're going to be tackling the one underneath the engine here in the middle. And the I've inspected the transmission one, and it actually does not need to be replaced. So we'll be saving the client a little bit of money on that one and returning that one back to the shop. So yes, I'll try to get a point of view down there for you guys, so you guys can see that one down there. All right, so we finally got the motor mount replaced. The center motor mount was not replaced because, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the new one had more flex than the original one on there. See, if you see, I can move with my thumb. That's not okay. So we ended up leaving the original one. The original one was a lot stiffer than this one, so lets me know it's in a great shape. We also did not replace the transmission side because the transmission side was also in great shape. So we'll be returning both these two parts. I'll be returning this vehicle back to its owner, and what we did today was we replaced, again, the 4 spark plugs. We replaced the knock sensor underneath the intake manifold. We replaced the air filter, and we replaced the passenger side motor mount here, which is the most important. Always goes out. This isn't the only vehicle that this usually goes out in. They go out in Toyotas, Lexus, Hondas, anything on that driver's side. I'm sorry, passenger side is pretty common. So I do appreciate everybody who tuned in, stayed for the whole thing to watch. Again, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and then share the video with anybody you might know could use this. So see you guys on the next one. Peace. Calibre Slugger out.